Step into the elegant world of Grantley Manor once again and rediscover the beloved cast of To the Manor Born, the classic British sitcom that charmed audiences from 1979 to 2007. But what happened to the stars behind Audrey, Richard, and the unforgettable village of characters? Who went on to new heights? Who left the spotlight? And who left us too soon? Join us as we explore the real-life stories of the actors, then and now, in this nostalgic and heartfelt journey through British television history. Penelope Keith portrayed Audrey Forbes Hamilton in To the Manor Born, 1979, when she was 39 years old. Audrey is an upper-class widow forced to sell her beloved Grantley Manor following her husband's death. Regal, proud, and occasionally haughty, Audrey epitomizes the English aristocracy struggling to maintain its identity in a changing world. Though she moves into the estate's modest lodge, she refuses to relinquish her status, especially in the face of Richard de Vere, the nouveau riche businessman who now owns her ancestral home. Their clashing personalities, sharp banter, and underlying chemistry drive the heart of the series. As the story unfolds, Audrey's pride gives way to warmth and emotional depth. Penelope Keith's poised, witty performance made Audrey one of the most memorable characters in British television. In real life, Keith became a national treasure through roles in The Good Life, Executive Stress, and extensive stage work. She was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 2014. As of July 2025, she is alive and 85 years old, and remains honored as a pillar of British performing arts. Peter Bowles portrayed Richard de Vere in To the Manor Born, 1979, when he was 43 years old. Richard is a self-made millionaire of Czech descent who made his fortune in the grocery business. Ambitious, polished, and progressive, he purchases Grantley Manor and becomes the object of Audrey Forbes Hamilton's disdain and eventually affection. Richard's refined demeanor and business acumen often mask his vulnerability as an outsider in the world of English aristocracy. His subtle battle of wits and class with Audrey created a comedic and romantic tension that captivated audiences throughout the series. Peter Bowles brought a charming suaveness and impeccable timing to the role, balancing wit with quiet dignity. In real life, Peter Bowles was a prolific British actor who starred in numerous television series such as Rumpole of the Bailey, Only When I Laugh, and Lytton's Diary. He passed away on March 17, 2022, at the age of 85, following a battle with cancer. His legacy remains that of a gentleman actor with commanding presence and elegance. Daphne Herd portrayed Mrs. Polovica in To the Manor Born, 1979, at the age of 75. Mrs. Polovica is the strong-willed and protective mother of Richard de Vere. A Czech émigré with a thick accent and fiery personality, she is fiercely proud of her son's success and unafraid to speak her mind. Though she clashes with the British upper-class sensibilities around her, Mrs. Polovica often brings moments of warmth, blunt humor, and unexpected wisdom. Her presence adds cultural tension and comedic relief, as she champions Richard's ambitions while needling Audrey with well-aimed barbs. Daphne Herd brought a sharp wit and distinctive charm to the role, making Mrs. Polovica unforgettable despite limited screen time. In real life, Herd had a long career on stage and screen, often playing formidable matriarchs. She appeared in series such as The Brothers and Dad's Army. Daphne Herd passed away on June 22, 1983, at the age of 78. Her death came quietly, after a lifetime of contributing to British theatre and television with grace and grit. Angela Thorne portrayed Marjorie Frobisher in To the Manor Born, 1979, when she was 40 years old. Marjorie is Audrey's loyal, practical, and endearingly awkward best friend. A fellow member of the upper class, she provides emotional support and comic relief, often caught between Audrey's sharp wit and Richard's modern sensibilities. Marjorie's straightforward, down-to-earth nature contrasts beautifully with Audrey's more dramatic personality, making her an essential part of the show's emotional balance. Angela Thorne infused the role with gentle humor and warmth, creating a character beloved by viewers for her sincerity and resilience. Outside the series, Angela Thorne had a distinguished career in stage and television, with roles in productions such as 3 Up, 2 Down, and The Good Life. She was also the mother of actor Rupert Penry Jones. Angela Thorne passed away on June 16, 2023, at the age of 84. Her death marked the end of a long and graceful career dedicated to the performing arts. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Anthony Sharp portrayed Brigadier Leamington in To the Manor Born, 1979, when he was 64 years old. Brigadier Leamington is a stereotypical retired British Army officer, blunt, disciplined, and steeped in tradition. As one of Audrey's close acquaintances, he often provides comic moments through his over-the-top patriotism and outdated military metaphors. Though a minor character, his appearances reflect the upper-class social circles that Audrey clings to as her world changes. Anthony Sharp brought his signature clip delivery and austere presence to the role, having built a career portraying stiff upper-lip authority figures. He appeared in Barry Lyndon, A Clockwork Orange, and numerous television dramas throughout the 1960s and 70s. Sharp was also a playwright and stage director, respected for his work in both comedy and drama. He passed away on July 23, 1984, at the age of 69. Though the cause of death was not widely publicized, his passing marked the end of a versatile career devoted to classical British performance. John Ruddling portrayed Brabinger, the loyal but aging butler in To the Manor Born, 1979, at the age of 72. Brabinger is the quintessential British servant, dutiful, discreet, and quietly dignified. Having served the Forbes Hamilton family for decades, he struggles to adjust when Richard de Vere takes over the manor. Nevertheless, Brabinger remains a steady, if often weary, presence in both households. His dry humor, slow delivery, and bemused expressions provided a subtle comedic undercurrent that endeared him to viewers. Ruddling imbued the character with authenticity drawn from his real-life experience in traditional British roles. Behind the scenes, John Ruddling had a rich background in theater and film, with credits including Dad's Army and The Avengers. His health declined during the series, which led to temporary absences from filming. He died on December 18, 1983, at the age of 76, shortly after the final TV special of To the Manor Born. His death was due to natural causes following a period of ill health. He remains remembered for his gentle portrayal of Brabinger. Gerald Sim portrayed the rector in To the Manor Born, 1979, when he was 54 years old. The rector is the kindly village clergyman who offers spiritual guidance and moral balance amid the class-driven antics of the main characters. Thoughtful, unflappable, and always discreet, he often serves as a neutral voice of reason, whether officiating a social event or observing the growing affection between Audrey and Richard. Though never the center of attention, the rector's quiet presence grounds the series in community tradition. Gerald Sim played the role with warmth and subtlety, bringing a believable gentleness to the character. In real life, Sim had a prolific career spanning film, stage, and television. He appeared in notable films such as Gandhi, 1982, A Room with a View, and Patriot Games. He was also the brother-in-law of director Richard Attenborough. Gerald Sim passed away on December 11, 2014, at the age of 89, after spending his final years in Denville Hall, a care home for retired actors. His death was from natural causes after a long, dignified career in the arts. Celia Immery portrayed Polly in To the Manor Born, 1979, when she was just 27 years old. Polly is a young, modern woman often seen in village social circles, providing a youthful contrast to the older, more traditional characters. Stylish and cheerful, she reflects the cultural shift occurring in rural England during the late 20th century. Though her role was relatively minor, Polly's presence subtly emphasized the generational gap and changing attitudes in British society. Celia Immery brought brightness and vitality to the screen, marking the early days of what would become a remarkable career. Known for her work in Calendar Girls, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, and Bridget Jones's Diary, Immery became a staple of British film and television, renowned for her comic timing and emotional depth. Born on July 15, 1952, she turned 73 in 2025 and remains active in the entertainment industry. As of July 2025, she continues to work in film and theatre, respected as one of the UK's most versatile actresses. Rula Lenska portrayed Mademoiselle Dutoit in To the Manor Born, 1981, when she was 34 years old. Mademoiselle Dutoit is a visiting French guest whose refined European demeanor unsettles Audrey and intrigues the local gentry. Sophisticated and poised, she represents the cosmopolitan elegance that contrasts with Audrey's traditional English values. Rula Lenska played the role with effortless charm and a touch of mystery, enhancing the episode's tension and humor. Already an established actress at the time, Lenska was known for her distinctive voice and striking red hair. Her career includes roles in Rock Follies, EastEnders, and Coronation Street, along with extensive voice and stage work. Of Polish aristocratic descent, she has long been celebrated for her regal poise and dramatic range. Born on September 30, 1947, Rula Lenska is 77 years old as of 2025 and remains active in television, theater, and charity work, continuing to be a familiar face in British popular culture. Nicholas McArdle portrayed Miller in To the Manor Born, 1979, when he was approximately 39 years old. Miller is a modest but capable character who fits within the estate's working class, often providing practical input or serving as a quiet observer of the absurdity surrounding the upper-class drama. Though a minor presence, his grounded nature adds a subtle contrast to the often flamboyant behaviors of the main cast. Nicholas McArdle brought authenticity and understated charm to the role, reflecting his experience in British television and theater. In real life, McArdle has maintained a steady acting career across various TV series, including Coronation Street, Doctors, and The Bill. Known for his ability to blend into a wide range of supporting roles, he remains a respected character actor. Born in 1940, Nicholas McArdle is 85 years old as of 2025. While largely retired from acting, he is remembered for his reliability and versatility in British television. John Barron portrayed Lumsden in To the Manor Born, 1981, when he was 60 years old. Lumsden is a visiting civil servant, representing the bureaucratic side of government in contrast to the genteel world of Grantley. Though his appearances were limited, Barron's portrayal brought a satirical edge, poking fun at officialdom and red tape. His firm voice and air of officiousness made Lumsden both humorous and slightly pompous. John Barron was already well known for his iconic role as CJ in The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin, where he became famous for the phrase, "I didn't get where I am today." He also appeared in Upstairs, Downstairs, and Doctor Who. He passed away on July 3, 2004, at the age of 83, from natural causes. Barron's contribution to British comedy was significant, and he remains celebrated for his commanding presence and impeccable delivery in authoritative roles. Blaine Fairman portrayed Bob Robert in To the Manor Born, 1979, when he was 37 years old. Bob Robert is a light-hearted and slightly eccentric village character, often found hovering around local affairs with a cheerful demeanor and casual nosiness. Though not a central figure, Bob added a sense of lived-in realism to the community, representing the down-to-earth country folk who witnessed the social maneuverings of Grantley from the sidelines. Blaine Fairman brought an approachable charm and dry wit to the role, lending credibility to his portrayal of a small-town Englishman. In real life, Fairman was a Canadian-born actor who worked extensively in British television and theater, appearing in series like Z-Cars, The Avengers, and The Tomorrow People. Born on December 26, 1941, he would be 83 years old in 2025. While he eventually retired from acting, Fairman remained a respected character actor, known for his understated but engaging performances. As of July 2025, there are no confirmed public records of his passing. Ralph Watson portrayed the kitchen fitter in To the Manor Born, 1980, when he was 44 years old. His character appears briefly during renovations at Grantley Manor, embodying the contrast between traditional upper-class grandeur and modern practicality. With a dry, workmanlike demeanor, the kitchen fitter represents the everyday professionals increasingly present in post-war British estates. Though a minor role, Watson's grounded and subtle performance added authenticity to the manor's evolution under Richard de Vere's ownership. Ralph Watson was a familiar face in British television, often cast in supporting roles across Doctor Who, Z-Cars, Coronation Street, and The Bill. His reliable presence made him a favorite among casting directors seeking gravitas without fanfare. Born on January 20, 1936, Watson passed away on June 20, 2021, at the age of 85. His death marked the loss of a steadfast character actor who contributed to some of British TV's most iconic series throughout the 20th century. Gwen Cheryl portrayed Mrs. Proctor in To the Manor Born, 1981, when she was 55 years old. Mrs. Proctor is a capable, practical village woman, often seen managing local affairs with quiet efficiency and a sharp eye for social detail. She reflects the self-reliant, often overlooked backbone of rural life, dependable, unglamorous, and essential. Though a background character, her presence enriched the village tapestry that surrounded Audrey and Richard's aristocratic drama. Gwen Cheryl brought natural authenticity to the role, honed from years of experience in British television and screenwriting. Beyond acting, she was a successful scriptwriter and producer, contributing to shows like Emmerdale Farm and Angels. Born on March 12, 1926, Gwen Cheryl passed away on April 24, 2019, at the age of 93. Her long and varied career in both performance and production made her a valuable behind-the-scenes force in the television industry, remembered for her quiet but significant contributions. Joan Blackham portrayed Diana Podge Hodge in To the Manor Born, 1980, when she was 34 years old. Podge is one of Audrey's close friends, forthright, witty, and always impeccably dressed. As a member of the Manor's social set, she offers both comic relief and camaraderie, often seen engaging in gossip or plotting local schemes with Audrey and Marjorie. Joan Blackham infused the character with confidence and sharp comedic timing, lending credibility to the upper-class world the show both satirized and celebrated. Outside the series, Blackham had a prolific career in stage and screen, including appearances in Bridget Jones's Diary Doctors and Judge John Deed. She was also a respected stage actress and voice artist. Joan Blackham passed away on September 6, 2020, at the age of 74. While the specific cause of death was not made public, her passing marked the loss of a veteran performer whose work spanned decades in British entertainment. Charles Kay portrayed Cadwallader in To the Manor Born, 1981, when he was 51 years old. Cadwallader is a sharp-tongued, slightly pompous character whose traditionalist views clash amusingly with Richard de Vere's modern sensibilities. Often appearing at social functions or council meetings, he embodies the stubborn English gentleman, loyal to aristocratic values and suspicious of change. Charles Kay delivered the role with impeccable diction and theatrical flair, having long established himself as one of Britain's most refined stage actors. Known for performances in The Duchess of Duke Street, Fortunes of War, and To Serve Them All My Days, Kay had a distinguished career in both classical theater and television. He was also a regular performer with the Royal Shakespeare Company. Born on August 31, 1930, Charles Kay passed away on January 8, 2025, at the age of 94. He died of natural causes, closing the chapter on a long-respected career in dramatic arts. David Lloyd Meredith portrayed Hawkins in To the Manor Born, 1980, when he was 47 years old. Hawkins is one of the estate's service staff, reserved, dutiful, and emblematic of the quietly competent workers who keep the manor running behind the scenes. His interactions are minimal but effective, reflecting the rigid class structure still lingering in rural England. Meredith brought depth to even the smallest parts, thanks to his extensive background in television drama. Best known for playing Sergeant Bob Evans in Softly, Softly Task Force, he was a veteran of British police procedurals and appeared in series like Z-Cars and Colditz. Born on October 30, 1933, David Lloyd Meredith passed away on October 22, 2008, just days before his 75th birthday, at the age of 74. Though the specific cause of death was not publicly reported, his contribution to British television spanned more than 4 decades, marked by quiet intensity and understated authority. Ballard Berkeley portrayed Hartley in To the Manor Born, 1981, when he was 77 years old. Hartley is a delightfully cranky member of the local gentry, always ready with a dry quip and a raised eyebrow at Richard de Vere's modern ways. With impeccable timing and a twinkle of mischief, Berkeley's performance lent both humor and weight to scenes involving village tradition and resistance to change. Though his role was brief, his seasoned presence added a nostalgic charm. Ballard Berkeley was already a veteran actor, best known for playing the bumbling major in Fawlty Towers, where his comic timing became legendary. He also had a long career in film and radio, stretching back to the 1930s. Born on August 6, 1904, he died on January 16, 1988, at the age of 83. His death was due to natural causes, and he is fondly remembered for embodying the eccentric yet lovable English gentleman across generations of British comedy. Richard Thorp portrayed Lovejoy in To the Manor Born, 1981, when he was 49 years old. Lovejoy is a genial and unflappable rural figure, part of the community's everyday life, lending an understated charm to the village dynamic. His calm demeanor and friendly interactions help ground the often comedic drama of the manor's upper echelons. Richard Thorp was best known for playing Alan Turner in Emmerdale, a role he held for over 3 decades, making him one of the longest-serving soap actors in British TV history. With a career spanning from Emergency, Ward 10 to Crossroads, Thorp became a staple of UK television. Born on January 2, 1932, he passed away on May 22, 2013, at the age of 81, following a short illness. While his death was a quiet affair, his lasting legacy in British soap history and his work in beloved series like To the Manor Born ensure he is fondly remembered. Bill Travers portrayed Arthur Smith in To the Manor Born, 1980, when he was 58 years old. Arthur Smith is a kindly, down-to-earth character whose practical outlook offers contrast to the manor's grandiosity. With a gentle voice and approachable charm, Smith reflects the quiet dignity of rural life. Bill Travers, who played him, had already enjoyed international fame, notably starring in Born Free, 1966, where he developed a lifelong passion for wildlife conservation. A former soldier and adventurer, Travers brought depth and gravitas to every role he undertook, including turns in Geordie and Ring of Bright Water. Outside of acting, He and his wife, Virginia McKenna, co-founded the Born Free Foundation, championing animal welfare globally. Bill Travers was born on January 3, 1922, and died on March 29, 1994, at the age of 72 from a heart attack. He is remembered not only for his screen work, but also for his legacy as a conservationist. Paul Barber portrayed Mackenzie McLeod in To the Manor Born, 1979, when he was 28 years old. Mackenzie is an energetic and street-smart character, whose appearance adds a fresh perspective to the series' otherwise traditional setting. A contrast to the posh world of Audrey and Richard, Mackenzie represents the growing social diversity and generational shift happening in Britain at the time. Though his role in the series was brief, Paul Barber's performance was memorable, witty, confident, and subtly subversive. Barber is best known for his iconic role as Denzel in Only Fools and Horses, and later as Horse in The Full Monty, 1997, which earned him international recognition. With a career spanning over 5 decades, he has remained a consistent presence in both television and film. Born on March 18, 1951, Paul Barber is 74 years old as of 2025 and continues to work, celebrated for his resilience and versatility in British entertainment. Who is your favorite character from To the Manor Born? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.